You're a great coach, you care about people, you want to help people, but you're still broke. Why? Because nobody knows who the f you are. In today's video, I'm going to give you the blueprint to solve that problem and how to become an authority in your space, aka the go-to person for your niche. And if you don't know why having a niche is important, go watch this video. Now listen, if you've created a niche already, but every single day you're waking up praying that somebody has DM'd you about your coaching offer, this is for you. Authority in your niche isn't given, it's built. And it starts and ends with how you show up online. So let's break down the step-by-step process that you need to become an authority in your niche. Here's the thing about authority, here's the thing about credibility, here's the thing about social media. It's perception. You can go from an absolute nobody to the go-to person in your niche in the span of 6 months with perception. When I first started my business for personal trainers, I literally stated in my first videos that I made, I'm the #1 business coach for online personal trainers. Now at the time, that wasn't true. I was a nobody. I came from nothing. I built my online fitness business to $50,000 a month before I became a business coach for others. But when I first started saying, I'm the #1 coach for personal trainers, when I first started saying that, it wasn't true. I was making it up. But that's the thing about social media. Social media is a game of perception. So at first I was making that blanket statement and then I backed it up with results. And the results that I backed it up with are what I'm gonna talk about in this video. So first you need to make the bold claim, you need to make the bold statement that you're the go-to person in your niche. Once you make that bold claim and statement, you're gonna back it up with the concepts that I'm gonna give you in this video. And then sooner rather than later, you're gonna be dominating your niche and you're gonna become the go-to person like I am. At first it was just a statement. I'm the #1 business coach for personal trainers in my niche. Now it's a fact. I've worked with over 11,000 coaches in the industry and I have the most social proof on the market. Look at this. You don't need a PhD, you don't need a six-pack, you don't need a fancy landing page, you don't need a funnel, you don't need 10 certifications, you need perception. And let me show you how to shift it. Now, in order to shift people's perception, you need to start making statements about who you are and what you do. I'm the #1 business coach for online personal trainers. So if you're gonna make a blanket statement like I'm the #1 coach for busy moms that wanna lose 20 pounds or more, let's make that blanket statement and let's talk about how we're gonna back that statement up. See, the reason that most coaches fail at this is because they make that blanket statement like I'm the #1 business coach for online personal trainers, and then they don't back it up with effort. So what I did is I said that I was the #1 coach, then I identified what is the #1 coach in this industry doing right now. What he was doing was 2 podcasts a week. I was like, okay, he's doing 2 podcasts a week, I'm gonna do 5. And within a year, because I was doing 5 episodes a week and he was doing 2 a week, I surpassed him. So you can't just make the blanket statement that you're gonna be the #1 person in the industry and then not back it up with the effort to match it. So first things first, we need to make a statement about who you are and what you do. Then we need to start backing it up with evidence to support that statement. So I'm gonna give you 3 ways to back it up with evidence to support that statement that will slowly but surely build your authority over time. Number 1, you need to show proof that you're a walking example of what you're talking about. If you are the #1 coach for busy moms and that is the statement that you are making, then you need to show walking proof that you are living that example. Now, if you don't have any clients, it's gonna be really hard to show walking proof of that. So how do you do that? Every single post on your page needs to be dedicated to helping busy moms lose weight. Every single piece of your messaging in your content needs to be targeting at moms that are trying to lose the mom pooch, moms that are trying to lose the bat wings, moms that don't have time for the gym because they have their kids. All of your content needs to be living proof that you are the go-to person in your niche. If you make the blanket statement like I'm the #1 coach for busy moms and then I go to your page and you're posting your sick arm workouts, no wonder busy moms aren't reaching out to you. So you need to show proof that you are the walking example of what you are talking about. If you have clients that are busy moms, that's amazing because literally all you can do is showcase that proof of all those clients that are busy moms. But if you don't have proof, aka you don't have clients, you need to show that you are a walking example for these people to follow. And the way that you do that is with the content that you produce. And the more content that you can produce on the subject, the better. For me, I was doing podcasts. Why? Because podcasts I knew was a great way to build my business. Now, when I first started my business, I wasn't doing podcasts because it was intimidating, but I was doing live streams 5 times a week. Every week I was going live, talking to my audience about building a successful online coaching business. So for you, if you're gonna make the statement that you're the #1 coach in your industry, then you need to back it up with content that supports that. And like my definition of content that supports that isn't just like, if you're a busy mom that's trying to lose weight, which is what most of you dorks do, it needs to be content that supports that in a way that's so valuable that the mom that's trying to lose weight comes to your page, watches your content, and just from watching your video starts to lose weight herself. Because when you do that, over a span of 2, 3, 4 months, you're gonna have moms that will start to follow you, lose weight from your content, then reach out to you for coaching because they hit a plateau and they wanna hit the next level. And the only person that they're gonna trust with that journey is you because you have already given them so much value with your page that they're like, holy shit, like I haven't even paid this guy and I've already lost 20 pounds. I wonder what his program would be like if I signed up for it. The second type of proof that is really gonna shift in your audience, and this is why I put it number 2, is proof that you've actually helped others. Now again, if you are a new online coach, this is something that you're gonna struggle with, which is why you should just focus on number 1. Literally give so much value around the subject matter that you're claiming to be an expert in that over time you shift the perception of your audience. But if you have the benefit of having clients you've worked with in the past or clients that you're working with currently, the more that you shout them out, the better. My rule for shifting perception is every single day on my Instagram stories, I'm always posting client transformations. I'm always posting results that my clients are getting. I'm always posting wins from inside of my client community. Because that way, no matter what day of the week that a busy mom comes to my profile, they go to my story, client win, client win, client win, client win. Over time, what this does is it shifts the perception. Literally, people in my audience know for a fact that if they go to my Instagram stories, they're gonna see client wins. Everybody in the industry knows that I'm the best business coach for personal trainers because when they go to my page, they see $100,000 a month, $500,000 a month, $200,000 a month. And over time, they're not counting up how many client wins that I'm showing. All that shifts in their head is like, yo, Brian knows how to get clients results. Fun fact, I literally had a conversation with one of my clients the other day. And he was like, yeah, so I was on a call with a guy that was like potentially gonna be my business coach. And I was telling him that I wasn't sure about signing up with him or you. And the other business coach literally said, go sign up with Brian. The results that he gets as clients are absolutely crazy. Now, the only reason that that happened is because I've shifted the perception of my audience. And the way that I shifted the perception of my audience is I was so consistent with my social proof that I was sharing of other clients getting results that eventually people in my audience were like, Brian knows how to get people results. Now when people are in my DMs asking about coaching programs, it's not, is this program gonna work? The question is, am I ready to make the investment? It's less about their trust in me as a person, and it's more about, am I prepared to do the work that's required in order to get these results? Because I know for a fact the program works, I just need to identify whether or not I'm gonna put in the work. And the third thing that you can do to shift the perception of your audience to become an instant authority is prove that you are never going anywhere. Most online fitness coaches are consistent for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then they drop off the face of the planet. They go through a breakup, they get overwhelmed with content, they get burned out, they get frustrated, and as a result, they go somewhere. Where? Who f***ing knows, right? But your audience doesn't care. Your audience doesn't care because your audience just wants to go to somebody that's gonna be a resource for them, a trusted resource for them. And so the number one thing that you can do to shift the perception of your audience is just prove that you're in this for the long haul. The reason I became the #1 business coach in the space is obviously because I'm awesome and I get clients results. But the #1 reason is I just stayed consistent for 7 years. There's other business coaches that have come in the space, they've come and gone, come and gone, come and gone. They had a wave, they lost the wave. They had a wave, they lost the wave. They were catching up to the #2 spot. Nobody will ever take the #1 spot. But then all of a sudden they drop off the face of the planet. But I've just been consistent for 7 years. So I'll have a client that signed up in 2019 that comes back to me in 2023 that then leaves and tries another program that comes back to me in 2025 because I'm still here. You just need to prove that you're not here for the short term. Most of you dorks post on social media for 3 months, wonder why your business doesn't blow up, and then you stop posting, then you come back and you need to restart your momentum. Just be consistent for a long enough period of time where people realize that you're not going anywhere. And when you do that, you become an authority. Just because you're there, just because you're present. Literally showing up is 90% of the battle because most people quit when it gets hard. Oh, I'm not getting enough leads. My content isn't hitting. The algorithm changed. I can't figure out why my sales calls aren't converting. And then they just stop. All you have to do is just be consistent. All you have to do is continue to show up. If you continue to show up for an extended period of time with everything we talked about in this video, eventually people will see you as an authority. So make a bold statement about who you are and what you're here to do, all right? Now back that statement up with effort. Start posting consistently, like every single day. Value that's so valuable that people can watch your content, get results without hiring you. And value that's aimed directly at your ideal client avatar. Post so much social proof of your clients getting amazing results every single day on your Instagram so that people can see like, holy crap, like, you know, working with this guy means that I'm gonna lose weight. Working with this guy means I'm gonna build my business. Working with this guy means that I'm gonna grow. And then finally, be so persistent and consistent and disciplined over an extended period of time that eventually people just trust you. You become their go-to resource when it comes to losing weight. When you do this and you become the go-to resource, eventually, it might not be this week, it might not be this month, it might not be this year, but eventually those people in your audience will sign up for your coaching program. Becoming an authority in the space is easy. And the reason it's easy is because 99% of people do not have the wherewithal to just outlast everybody else. Everybody's just looking for quick fixes and shortcuts and optimizations instead of just focusing on the fundamentals of what actually matters in your coaching business. What actually matters is posting content that gets better over time, getting leads on sales calls, closing those leads on sales calls, and then delivering an amazing service to your clients. Those are the 4 fundamental skills that you need to build a successful online coaching business. If you do that and you master the authority-based things that I talked about in this video, I promise you in 12 months time from now, your business is gonna be in a completely different spot. And if you're watching this video and you're prepared to put in the work to become an authority in your space, and you wanna learn from somebody that's worked with over 11,000 coaches in the industry and gotten results like this from my clients, tap the button in the description of this video to book in for a call with me and my team. We will walk you through exactly what you are doing right, what you are doing wrong, and what you need to do to scale to your income level. So if that sounds like you and you're ready to become the authority in your space, tap the button in the description of this video and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.